This is the best concealer on the market, period.
Hey bitch, Nikki D here. What's good? What's happening? What's up? Today, this video is all about being bougie on a budget. So some of my absolute favorite makeup products are cheap, plain and simple. And I'm going to show you what they are today. My creme de la creme. You're going to be surprised by so many of these. So dead up, it's probably going to be like a She Glam video. You'll see that a lot of the products come from Shein or Shane's She Glam, and I stand by them. I think they're absolutely phenomenal. So keep on watching if that sounds good. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It'll help us both out. I'll tell you why. My main goal is once I get monetized, I would love to make little packages of the products that I use in each video and send them out to my subscribers. Randomly, of course. So hit the subscribe, hit the like button, and let's get this party started. So the first thing I did was prep my skin. I did that off camera just so that it can sit and marinate. One little tip that I've noticed, at least about myself, is when I'm in a rush and I do all my skincare prep and I really don't take the time to roll it in and like let it sit, it will pill. Pilling is basically, if you were to rub your skin, you get like this like gray, like boogery consistency. You don't want that under your makeup. You want this completely nice and dry and ready to go before you put anything on, and that just makes sure that you're not going to pill, you're going to be nice and smooth, and you have a good surface to start with. So just to talk about the products that I'm using, do I have it here? No. So the first one I started with is the glycolic acid from The Ordinary. I think that retails for $9.99. And I'll take that on a cotton pad and I'll just go all over my skin. Now in the morning, I do not use a cleanser. I just use wet water, yeah. I just use water and just like rinse my face, and then I'll take a cotton pad with the glycolic acid and I'll just go around the face. And that'll basically snap your pores shut. It's basically gonna, in a nutshell, it would dissolve the glue that's holding your cells together. That sounds disgusting and weird, but it basically helps you exfoliate naturally. So without having to scrub your face, you just use that. So that to me gives me a really nice glow and makes me like pretty darn poreless. So the next tip I use is my hyaluronic acid. That's from The Ordinary as well. This retails for $9.99 as well. This is basically to lock in moisture. So basically the best way to use it actually is if your face is still kind of wet, even from water, you're supposed to just keep it wet and just drop this on, and it's supposed to lock in the water. So it's really just to pack you with hydration. Even if you're oily, you do need hydration. The next step I go in is my multi-peptide, also by The Ordinary. These are phenomenal products. They're just concentrated, just simple ingredients. Like that's really all you need. This is $19, I believe. And this is basically for anti-aging. So just combating any kind of fine lines, wrinkles, yeah. If you're too young for it, then I would recommend maybe like a vitamin C. Actually, everybody should use a vitamin C. That's really just for brightness and for bounce. I ran out of mine, so I do definitely need to pick that up again. The next thing I put on is my moisturizer. I have one that is by Cerave. It's called the Hydrating Lotion with SPF 50. Just to save you a step, you don't have to put on sunscreen after that. It's about $12. And I just go in with that if I'm in a super rush. So there you go. So all of that is on. So now we're on to makeup. The first thing I'm gonna do is primer. I have two primers here that are phenomenal. This one I swear by. This is the NYX Plump Right Back Primer. It's $13. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that on. It's very, very similar to the Milk Hydro Grip, which is one of my all-time favorite primers. It makes your skin super sticky. I think I used it in a previous video where you can literally like stick something to your skin and it will stick. So the idea here is to get this nice and rubbed in and to almost create like a tackiness. So when you start feeling tacky, then it's pretty much in there. Now I really like to wait like a few minutes just to let this do its thing before you go in with makeup, but if you have it nice and rubbed in, you don't need all that much time. I try and keep this out of my brows because I feel like when you try and do brows, if your stuff doesn't stick, that's probably why. Another option for you is the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer with niacinamide. Also, it's very much like the Milk one. I think if I had to choose, I would pick this one, but this is also phenomenal. Really, it's a little bit thicker though. So there's your primers. And then Okay. This here, guys, is the SheGlam Complexion Boost Concealer. It's the one that looks like this. This is the best concealer on the market, period. I said what I said. This blew my absolute freaking mind. It costs $6.50 and it runs circles around so many different primers. Excuse me, I need espresso. This is so full coverage and blends out like a dream. It's basically like a little eraser for your skin. You don't have to think about what you're doing. You just put it on and it fixes everything. So a lot of times, if I have like no time, I'll just go in my certain like T-zone spots with this, blend it out, do a little liquid blush, and Bob's your uncle. So check this out. So I got this nice friend here. I have rosacea. This is like a form of rosacea, these little red veins and stuff. So notice when I'm doing concealer, I get up in here to erase that darkness, but I stay under this orbital bone. You don't want to put any product above this, just keep it underneath. That's a little melasma I gotta get lasered off. And then what I'll do is I'll just follow the natural line of my under eye, and there's just kind of a natural lift here. Okay? And I'll do concealer first. The reason is you want to fix as much as you can without having to pile on foundation. So the idea is less is more. So just want a little bit of makeup and in layers. That is the professional trick. Okay? So here we go. So all my little areas are covered. You just need a dot. I love the sponge applicator. It's absolutely phenomenal. It keeps you from using a ton of product. It picks up anything you're not using, and it just literally, it's an eraser. This color is called Acorn. Absolutely love it. And then I'll take a dense brush. This is from Real Techniques. And I will take a setting spray. I'm not gonna show you the one I'm using yet because that will be at the end when I unveil. So I'll just spray the brush. And you notice I let the concealer just sit and do its thing. If you're having like a very, very bad skin day, I want you to just leave that concealer on for like a few minutes, almost to the point where it like dries down, and then you can start buffing it in. But I'm just tapping this wet brush on top of what I just did. And look at that. Like there's nothing better than this concealer. There's nothing. And they have so many colors too. I'm gonna leave this the longest because this is my little biatch lately. Had to pick that pimple, I had to do it. So you just want this dense brush. Now here's another little trick. Say it's summertime, right? We don't want to look like manufactured, like whatsoever. We want to look like it's absolutely natural and glowy and like wear as little as possible. In that case, and I may have said this in another video, but you use a more sparse brush, like something like this, a little bit more bendy. And that will help kind of dissipate the product a little bit more than to kind of leave it where it is like I'm doing now. I'll do another video about that. And look at that, like instantly, and it's like super blurring. Okay? Like that's all you need, you're good. But we want to bring some more depth and stuff into the face, so there we go, boom. So the next thing I'm gonna go in with is the NYX Bear With Me Blur. It's called the Blurring Tint Foundation. So I'm just gonna take that, give it a good shake. And with this, I am gonna use a more sparse brush just to dissipate it a little bit. So I'll pop this down on a palette and I'll take that out and just rub it out. And then I'm gonna take, again, my brush here, and I'm gonna go into half of the product and like really load it up. And I'm just gonna dance this across the face. You only need a little bit. I like this stuff because it's very moussey and very, very light. And it gives you this really, really nice little glow. This kind of brings your skin back to like looking like skin after the concealer. and it keeps you from having to use a lot. And you can see I'm just tapping it in. Isn't that pretty? Great for summer. Then I'll take the other side. I'm really tapping it into the brush. And you can see most of my product is in the center of the face. You really just want to concentrate it there and then pull it out to the sides. And that keeps you from not looking like you're wearing a mask. I always bring it down the neck. And my least trafficked area is my forehead. I really don't have much going on up there, so it's just to keep everything nice and uniform. That's gorgeous. Okay, we're done. That's it. Still your skin, look glowy and evened out. Okay, cool. Now we're moving on. Let's do this is also from She Glam. This is called Warm Honey. It's just like a little bronzer stick. This would be very comparable to the Charlotte Tilbury ones. Here's the thing. I really don't like going onto the face like this. I just don't. I think the control is not there. So I will take this and I'll just roll it onto a palette like that. Take the extra step and do it. It's so worth it. And then you want to take a, ooh, did I bring one with me? Probably not. All right, I'll take this. This is a Sephora brush I got for free on my birthday. It's a blush and bronzer brush called the 04. And I'll just take the bronzer. Again, I'm gonna roll it out like I did the other one and tap in and really load it up. And then I'm just gonna tap around the face. Under the nose. Just like that. It's kind of like underpainting with this stuff. And then I'll sometimes take like my foundation brush and just tap on top of it. Like, you don't have to be perfect with this. That's the beauty of creams. See? Really warm and glowy. It just looks so airbrushed. Now you have your dimension back to your face, and then we'll do the other side. And by the way, guys, these are $5 compared to like 40 for Charlotte Tilbury. It's ridiculous. They work exactly the same way. You just need to know what the comps are. And now I understand they're starting to make like dupes of perfumes too. To see how that goes. That would really help with my baccarat. By the way, if you know, you know. It's like the best smell I ever smelled. They're not wrong about that. Okay. And now we have some warmth back to our face. Easy peasy. All right, the next one I want to go in, again, $5. This is called Float On. It's a blush, it's peach. This I do not mind going to right to the face because I'm really just going to tap this in. I'm not going to like play with it too much and concentrate it right up here. Then I'll do up there and down there and sometimes on the nose. Then I'll take, again, a dense but fluffy brush like that. And I'm just gonna tap her in. Do not over tap your liquid blush. I've definitely been a criminal of that before, pushing this into my hairline. You don't want to disturb it too much. You just want a little color. So I'll kind of concentrate on the outside like that, and then I'll kind of bring it in like this. And now the whole face looks like it got some sun and we're nice and uniform. It's cool because liquid blush actually gives you like another layer of coverage. Okay, so now we need to set. I'm gonna do it with my new baby. This is another phenomenal one. So if you're familiar with Huda Beauty, Huda just came out with a transparent powder that's lilac called Taro, I think. And She Glam does a phenomenal job at their transparent powders. I bought luxury ones, Prisma Libre, Kat Von D, the KBD, Laura Mercier, whatever. I think this is just as good, if not better. So it's really cool. This is, wait for it, 6 bugs. It's ridiculous and it's phenomenal. So you get a pressed powder and then you get a transparent powder. Why purple? So purple is basically going to brighten anybody that's like a little bit yellow or sallow like I am. Sallow? I have to think of what I mean there. So I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and then I'm going to just dip in the powder like this and push it into the brush like that. Or you can take it and roll it into your hand. And I'm just gonna pat it down. So this is gonna give you a nice brightness, but also kind of combat the yellow tones. So we'll take more, lay it in the brush, and just really give you a flawless, poreless face while locking in your makeup. And without adding too many heavy layers. Okay, and then I'm going to actually grab my sponge and I'm going to show you how I bake my nose. Okay, so baking. So again, this is probably from Shein for about 2 cents. So this is one of my all-time favorite tricks. This is where the transformation actually happens. So for me, I like to snatch my nose. So I load up this powder, okay, and I'll roll it or tap it on something clean, and I am gonna run it down my nose like that. Like that. This is where we're talking, where snatch happens. And this is when you're doing pictures, where you get that extra glow, that extra boost. Extra snatch. Now that I did these main areas, these are my main ones I do, because this is really where I want to transform. Okay. The reason I do this is keeps your face lifted, keeps your cheeks high, okay? So these are your main areas. Now, whatever's left on this sponge, I'm just gonna take on my hand and roll it out, and then I'm gonna press it under my eye. I do not like a lot of product under the eye. Like I said, it looks cakey and manufactured, and it doesn't sit under the eye well. It's very, very delicate skin. So I'm just patting whatever is left, or you can pick some more up and just roll it off on your hand right under here. And this is where the magic happens, guys, okay? I'm just gonna fix this. There we go. Now, another step further, change the tip of your nose. I want it up a little higher. And then I'm gonna do an exclamation point. Now the tip of my nose is here instead of here. Cool. And then whatever's left, again, I'll do like a center for my forehead. The highest points are basically the ones that are getting powdered. And I run it through my brow so that when I do my brows, it picks up really nice. Study that. And everybody obviously has different goals here. You know, you may have a little perfect nose, but you know, you need to contour your face a little bit more. So whatever it is, if you actually, in the comments, if you need help on where your placement is, just holla. And I will ask you for a picture of yourself and I will draw you a map personally. Because this is life-changing. All right. Now, some people, shout out to my makeup artist, Yasmin, who did my makeup for my wedding day. I will put a little picture here. Taught me this little trick. So the smile lines, just to really bake them. Now, don't worry that we look like super white right now. This is all going to dust off. So, again, phenomenal powder, phenomenal. They also have like a pink one. They also have a peach one. The peach is amazing. If you have dark circles, it really helps like combat that. But right now I've been really having fun with the taro. So now while my bake is on, I want to keep this on as long as possible, and that's really going to almost create this on my face. The longer this sits, the longer it's going to become me. So while I'm waiting for that to happen, and sometimes I leave it on to the end of my makeup, or however long I have, I'll do my brows. Now I'm going to use the She Glam Brows on Demand 2-in-1 brow pencil. So one side you have a brow marker, and one side you have a brow pencil, like that. This is amazing. I love how chunky the pencil is. You really have a lot of control. I just wish it had a spoolie, but you can just, I mean, what do you want for, it's $2.99. Okay, so let's get into brows. So my brows are all right, but up here is where I need some more love. So I'm gonna start there, and I'm making just little strokes, just like that. Then I'm going to do a line under my brows, stopping right there. Make a mean face. Okay, like look at the difference. And then I'll just do like a little bit like that. And then I'll do a couple little strokes. And that's all that needs. Now, wherever you want to reinforce where you need more hair, I take the marker part and I'll just go like this. And see how they almost like become like real hairs? And that just really completes you. Like, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? $2.99? And then we always have the other evil stepsister brow, which is this one for me. But we'll do our best. So I'm doing the tail and the angle first. And then I'm gonna go under, meet it on top. And we leave the front alone. Leave it alone. We just want a couple little guys here, as natural as possible. My brows are getting a little long. NYX does a nice brow gel too if you need one. It's, I forget what it's called. I'll put it in the description. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take my other side and fill in the hairs. Okay, brows are done. Super natural, super thick and juicy. Okay, next thing we're gonna go in with is, let's do some eyes. Whoa. So, surprise, it's She Glam again. This is called the Smart Cookie Palette. Look how flawless this is. It has everything you need. A little bit dirty. But you have colors for liner. These are the ones they mostly use up here. You have crease colors. Anything you need is all right here. I would say the most important would be this neutral brown, vanilla, and dark brown here. So I'm gonna just keep this super, super simple. I like taking, I don't really do a lot of eyeshadow, to be honest. I usually use the bronzer I used. I'm just gonna take a dense brush like this. This is Real Techniques. And I'm gonna dance it in the vanilla color. And just to open up my eye, especially if you're a little bit of a close set eye like I do, or a big nose, we tend to get a little bit dark in here. So I like to just open this up with a little bit of color like that. I'll do the other side. It's just so much easier with a domed brush like this. And I'm just tapping and rolling. And whatever's left, I kind of just go like that. Okay. Then I will take a brush that I don't have right now. I also got this from She Glam for nose contour. It's amazing. I'll just take that and my bronzer. And while my bake is on, I'm just gonna reinforce it. This brush was probably $1. Like, how awesome is that? If it works, I'm buying it. Like, I don't discriminate. I don't care how much it costs. It just has to work. So you see I'm making like a little home for my eyes. I bring the bronzer underneath, and now you have a nice, simple, open, fresh eye. Now, what I also like to do, it just makes it look a little bit better, is I'll take like a warmer color, like maybe like that or even that, just a bit, and I'll run it above, right in the center like that. It really just gives you like a nice little warm pop. It looks nice when you shut your eyes. Okay, eyes are done. Now, what I'm gonna do, because I have lashes on, I should probably talk about these too. Surprise, the She Glam again. They come like this. These are the ones I'm wearing now. I think I have like 4 on each eye, super simple. I have a video about this down below, just check them. Very easy to put on. I also like ones that are like this, short and wispy. It definitely makes your life so much easier because you just wake up and you have like a little bit of eye pop. So they are phenomenal. So again, She Glam, they're probably like from $2.50 to $5 a pop. And you can probably get, I don't know, like 5 uses out of it. It's ridiculous. So since I already have this on, I'm gonna do a quick eyeliner, just to show you some options for what's out there. So one that I really like is from Wycon Cosmetics. This is actually an Italian brand. I got it when I was in Italy. These retail for $7. This is like a metallic brown. I think that's really nice, like no matter what season we're in. So what I'm gonna do, super easy, again, this is a little super trick that I need to use for myself, is I will take the She Glam top part and I'll rub the sides of my sponge in it, like kind of all over. And I'll also make myself a stencil. Work. I'll just reinforce that stencil. Watch what I mean here. Okay. Then I'll take the pencil and I will color right here and stop. When I get to that line. You do this, I don't know what it is about it. Like, you could visualize this yourself without the powder, but for some reason, like, it's perfect placement. It's perfect. You don't go overboard. You just put exactly what you need. It lifts your face up on the right angle. So it's incredible. So just take a little pencil like that. And then I'll take like a dense brush like this. It's kind of domed. And I'll put it in my brown shadow down here. And I'm just gonna soften that up and lock it in. Because any kind of like cream you have, you wanna set it. Because it may like be super, super bulletproof now, but as the day goes on, not so much. So I'm just patting that right on top, mega simple. Mega freaking simple. Do you see what I'm doing here? I just took it from this line. I filled in where my eye dips and met it at the highest point of my eye and I stopped right there. Then you have that beautiful liner. Like, freaking incredible. Easy, Jacksta. And we'll do the other eye. Remember, fill in this gap. Stop here. Tap, tap. And just take it out to there, thin. Easy. Whatever's left on this, I like to wiggle just on the outer third of each eye. And that kind of gives you like a little Bambi effect here. Some squidgle. And then I'll just go like that. Amazing. Isn't that so pretty? So freaking easy. So now eyes are complete. Now I think it's probably time to dash away our bake. So I like to use the MAC 108 brush. It's short, it's dense. And what I'm gonna do is, you can see like most of this disappeared already, so it just kind of became my face. I first tap in. Don't wash it away all the way yet. Tap first, then I'll just sweep. And instead of just sweeping where it's at, I kind of sweep it all over the face, and it gives me another layer of kind of protection. Super light hand, and if you're worried about how heavy you are handed, or maybe you don't realize how heavy handed you are, like me for years, take the end of your brush. And here, I'm gonna take my finger and just roll that in, because now I have a cute little button nose. Okay, now you're nice and flawless. And now I'm just gonna take a powder blush. This one's from SheGlam. This should have been a SheGlam video. This is called the Lightweight Matte Blush in the color Let's Escape. Beautiful. And I'll take a blush brush, which is kind of like a flat fan brush. And I'm gonna tap on my hand. And here's my cheekbone. I'm gonna focus this just halfway, right up and right onto the cheek. Like that. Do it again. And then again, just like my other blush, whatever's left, I kind of powder here. I think that makes you look super youthful. If you want more of a youthful cheek, then you can soil and just do this whole thing. But I like a little bit of chisel, like that. Okay. And then I really like to just put some on my eyes. It just makes everything look cohesive. Whoa. And there is skin done. Now let's go on to lips. Actually, before lips, I just want to make two mentions really quick. If you need a liquid liner, I have two here that are really great. This is the Catrice Calligraph Artist, not calligraphy, calligraph artist matte liner. This is a brown, like a poopy hand. And then this is the Sephora Stylographic Fine Line in waterproof. Mega black, mega black. And you know, if you want to like jazz this up just a little bit, you could take this along the line. Actually, we'll use the brown one. So see what you just did? And just jazz it across this line here. And it just makes it a little bit more intense. Okay. So they're great for lining. Oh, my number one, I should have mentioned this, SheGlam. This is a phenomenal one. This is called the Multitasker Line and Detail Eyeliner Pen. You get two sides. This is my go-to side. It is the perfect shape and size felt tip for drawing a perfect line. So again, I'm kind of advanced. So if I put that line here that we did with powder, I can just leave this here and drag it across and have this effect with liner. You can do the same. And then they also give you a really skinny one. For me, like my eyes are kind of big, so I find that if I use the skinny one, I just make a mess. So it's a little bit easier to do the big line first. But totally up to you. Again, if you're new with liner and you always mess your eyes up, I always recommend do powder first. So do my little trick, do this, make yourself a little line right under here, just follow up, do the shadow, and then do either pencil or your pen. Okay? Okay. So, next thing I do is my lips, and first thing I like to do is just like a little Vaseline or petroleum jelly, like a tad, right in the center. I have perpetually dry lips, and this just helps whatever we're putting on look much better, especially if it's a matte lipstick. Vaseline, cheap as hell. And we're gonna go in with one of my favorite lip liners of all time. This is Morphe, it's the color Spiffy. To me, it's like one of the closest there is to my lip color, like your lips but better. So I would say this one, and there's another one called Frenchie. Frenchie is like my exact lip color, but I want like a little bit more oomph. Now, here's a quick lip lesson. So we obviously want fatter lips. Obviously, I mean, not everyone, I guess. But see how this is your vermilion border, this white part here. We want to use this. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw on the lip, outside on the top, on the lip, outside on the top. Outside on the top. Whoa. Okay, see that? On the lip. Outside on the top. Now you have a nice lip lift. And we're gonna do the same on the lip and slightly outside on the bottom. Done. And then I like to do a little smush. And if you have your petroleum jelly, it will kind of help you do the work for you. You can also do like a lip brush. Isn't that beautiful? A little more. Okay. Awesome. See how much fatter they look? And it's just like you just gently exaggerated the top. Who needs filler? And then I'm gonna take the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. Oh yeah, the Morphe liners are like $7. Again, the formulation on them are, I think, some of the best besides MAC. We'll get into that later. This is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss and the color Gummy Bear. And just to kind of accentuate that, I'm wiping off most of this. And I'm gonna touch the outside line and kind of blend it with the doe foot applicator. Isn't that a great combo? And this is so great, it makes them look super plushy, especially if they're dry. So that's great. One thing I want to mention, because I have lashes on, I don't need it, but
the absolute best mascara on the planet, hands down, no questions about it,
is this one. It's $2.99. It's from Essence. It's called Lash Princess. They have a ton of different kinds. This one's the Curl and Volume Mascara. So I like this when I'm not wearing lashes and I want to like do like a gym day or something. Just a heads up, any mascara that is waterproof and you have lashes like this, like me, will keep them curled. So you use a nice lash curler. Shein has one for $5, and it has even like these little feet that separate your lashes, like step one, amazing. And then put the mascara on, you have like fake looking lashes. It's beautiful. I'll do that tomorrow. But this is phenomenal. And I don't know where the hell this went. This, I think, is another phenomenal one. This is the L'Oreal Volume Million Lashes and Waterproof. This type of applicator, what the hell? This type of applicator separates them so nice. And it has like a dry formula, so if you were to blink, like it's not like freaking wet all over the place. So even though this is old as piss, and it's not sold in Europe anymore, I don't know why. I live in Barcelona now, but I'll just take this on my lashes and just kind of dance it. And this will just give me like a little touch of something and separate them. See what that did? So I guess the moral of the story is your older mascaras, I'm not telling you to use them, but whatever you have, you can just dry off, get everything off it. Anything that's like really like silicone, like really dense, like stiff type of brush, and tap them on your lower lashes. You don't make a mess, and like look how pretty that just made the under eye, like super nice, and it separates them like really beautifully. Okay. Now we're close to being done. I just want to talk about setting sprays. So I have these here. One of the all-time ones I discovered when I was saving for my wedding and didn't want to be spending $1 billion on cosmetics because we had goals to reach, was the Catrice Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray. Phenomenal. Super, super hydrating, dries down really nice, really great for dry skin. One thing I do when I was working in real estate, we'll have to have a story time. Yeah. Like stress or just like working all day, I would do my foundation and I would spray this. This is an oil control matte fixing spray, again from Catrice, right after my foundation before I set, and my makeup did not budge. This is phenomenal. This would be great if you have really oily skin. You can set your face with it as well. But if you're dry like me, I would recommend doing your foundation and like the liquid products, spray the oil base so you don't get shiny if your boss is making you cringe, and then set with this one. Another one to talk about, NYX, this is the Dewy Finish Finny Sateen Makeup Setting Spray. This is another really good one. So I think I have the most in here, so I'm just gonna go ahead with this. When you think you had enough, do more. And always keep like a good arm's distance away. I don't have my fan with me, but normally it's when I get dramatic and don't make any expressions. Okay, and there you go, guys. Boujee on a budget, perfect face. You do not need expensive products to achieve this, period. So what I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm gonna do the same exact face, but I'm gonna do it with luxury products. So there's a few things I would definitely change, the things that I just absolutely love. So I will pull them out and I'll show you the difference, and we can actually maybe put it side by side and compare. But I hope you found this super helpful. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I can't wait to answer them, and I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe so I can send you guys some free products. All right, take care, bye.